All right, this is how to design an email in Figma. This is a step-by-step supplement brand breakdown. This is an email that my team created from scratch in Figma, and I'll share with you exactly how to build it, starting from absolute zero. And at the end of the video, I'll share some answers to some common questions that we get. Also, feel free to grab 20 of these email templates for free. Link is in the video description. Let's jump in. So here is the email. We're going to start at the top here. Always want to have the button within the first fold to optimize for conversions there. We have that logo, headline, subheader, button, share a little bit about the product, got some body copy, and then we've got some bullet points right here. And then we end off with a nice little lifestyle photo, nice little dog and some skiing, of course, and shop, earn, and save little call out box right there, as well as the footer. So in Figma, we always want to start with a frame. So you can hit F on your keyboard here. We'll create a frame. And then we're going to make that 600 pixels wide. So let's go ahead and do that on the right-hand side. And we'll kind of make this our base. So stepping in here, we really want to start with the logo and adding some text. So you'll just grab your logo file and you'll just drag it and drop it into your Figma. So we already have it right here. So we'll take this guy and we'll drag it in here. And we can align it with these orange vertical bars at the top right there. And then let's go ahead and add some text. So you can hit T on your keyboard and you can start typing. So how's your pup, loving canine power in this case. So we can grab that copy, plug it in right there. What you can do is if you want to make it all capital, you can just go under here and then we can capitalize it using this little button right there. There we are. And then we can kind of space it out nicely. How's your pup loving canine power? We're checking the brand guidelines. We've got this font right here. So I'm changing the font in bold. There we are. And then of course you can kind of match it to your brand colors. So we'll start with that text right there. I'm just going to pull from the original for all this text here. So we'll grab that text, place it in there. And then before we actually add that on, what we want to do is just create a rectangle with this background color. So we already have this image that you can see here just from our asset folder. So it's got a nice pinkish background. So I'm going to hit R on my keyboard. I'm going to create a rectangle. And then what we can do is go ahead and color match that right there. And then we'll drag it into our Figma file just like such. Now it's on top of the logo. So what we can do is just move it to the back. So you can send to the back. You can hit that little keyboard shortcut. I'll be doing those keyboard shortcuts pretty much throughout this, but at least for the first time, I'll show you how to do it with the regular context menu. And then we'll pull this guy, make sure we're selecting the right thing. Now we can plug that in. And then as always, you can double click to select the right layer if you need to go a couple layers deep. And then this is not going to be aligned. We'll do that in a moment. To create this button, we can just create another little frame. So we can hit F on our keyboard, make a little frame. We typically like to do 60 pixels tall. And let's start with about 300 wide right there. Plug that guy in. And then what we can also do is add some text. So in this case, get up to $20 off. I'm going to do that same thing, hit T on your keyboard. We're going to throw that text into here. And then what we can do is we can actually create an auto layout. So if you hit Shift and you select both of these, both the frame, and then you hit Shift A. So you select both the text and the frame, you can create an auto layout like this. So that way we know it's perfectly centered each time. So again, you can kind of see this little frame on here. You have the text and then you have a frame. That's your button. That frame, we want to make sure it's 60 tall. And then we usually do about 300 wide. So it's about half the width. And then we can go ahead and hit I on our keyboard. We can color match it. Usually what I like to do is create your colors up here. So you can hit O on your keyboard and you can bring in your brand colors. You can bring in images like your guidelines and stuff like that. And you can just have these little circles above. So that way you can always easily select your colors and keep a cohesive color scheme throughout. That's something that I like to do. So let's drag this guy in right here. And so far, so good. Let's go ahead and add that image. So this is just straight pulling from the brand guidelines and the asset folders right there. And then we can move this up. We can actually take this guy on the right-hand side and kind of move it up. And then I'm using my keyboard shortcuts to select this, send it to the back. And then if we want to, we can send that back as well. All right, so we're looking pretty solid here. I'm gonna match this guy with about what we have originally. Should be right about there. So let's do some cleanup on the text here. So I'm gonna take these guys, select all of them, and then what we can do is we can hit this guy right there, and then you can hit Shift A to turn that into an auto layout. And then that allows us to nicely space everything out. You can see on the original, we actually had the text spacing was a lot closer together. So I like that a little bit more. So what you can do is you can go into here and you can play around with some of these settings, make that a little bit closer to what we're looking for. And then with this auto layout, again, you're selecting that guy. That allows you to change that vertical spacing. And so everything's perfectly evened out like this. And then if we need to move that whole thing up, we can do it just like that. So this is where it takes a little bit of design chops. All right, so we've got that in place. What we'll do next is we'll just add a little rectangle in here that's going to be color matched to hitting I on my keyboard. It's going to be color matched to that right there. In this case, we'll probably want to do a little bit of a gradient. So I'm going to send this guy and that guy to the back. And so what we'll do is we'll hit R on our keyboard. We want to have a nice kind of clean gradient in between here. So I'm going to hit I on my keyboard to color match that. And then we're going to create a little gradient like this. Flip this guy by 90 degrees, or I can just do this. There we go. Now we have a top to bottom gradient. And for this gradient, we kind of want to go from this color right there to go from here. Start at that pink color right there. And then this guy right here will go to that color. So we have a nice little gradient. And then what we can also do in that gradient is on this end, we can make that more of a, let's do this one right here. So that way we can plug this guy in and we can have a little bit more of a seamless transition between the two sections. So here's where we get to play around a little bit and we can kind of blend those two together. And then we can kind of turn this whole thing into a gradient. And then you can kind of play around with how that looks. There we are. And then I'm going to take this, I'm going to color match it to right there. And there we are. So again, it takes a little bit of design chops to get the specifics. We'll take this text, do a little bit of bolding, just pull in from our copy documents, and then I'm going to center it right in the middle of the frame. Let's make sure that we can do that. Get that guy into there, and then we can pull that guy right into the middle. Oh, it's not working as much as I would like. Let's do one at a time. Center that guy. Center that guy. Take these two. And there we are. Okay, so next up, we're gonna create another rectangle right about here. We're gonna color match it to what our existing workflow is doing there. Now to create this little wave gradient, what we wanna do is we can actually take our little pen tool and we can do something like this. I would recommend, just to keep it simple, something like this right here. And then we can take these three and we can kind of round the corners a little bit, give it a little bit more wave. And then we can take this guy, fill it in, color it to match this guy right there. Whoops. So we want to make sure it's a nice little wave. We can get rid of our stroke. And then that way, if we need to expand this a little bit, make it a little bit more wavy, we can definitely do that. But here's kind of the vibe that we're going for. Maybe a little less tall. And then let's move this guy down just a little bit so we can kind of get the base of it like that. And then we can pull that guy through. You know, these are looking okay, but it's not as wavy as I would like. So again, I'm going to be making, maybe make this a little bit more. Again, select some of these points and just give it a little bit more. You can play around with these guys a little bit. Go with something like that. There we are. That's looking a little bit more what we like. And then these sections right here, same thing. It's really just text like that with some boxes. So to create those boxes, we're going to use very simple shapes, rectangle tool, and then we can add a little stroke on the outside, get rid of our fill, and then we can kind of make this a nice little pink color. So you might think of these as basically little buttons. So you can start there, you can add some text in the middle, and then select both of these guys, hit Shift A. That way this is always centered right in the middle there. And then you can just take your text, plug it in right in the middle there, change the color if you want. It's a little bit hard to read. So what I'll do is I'll put it on here. And we're just shaping this to make sure that it actually works. You can center that guy. Write a review. We're going to make this a little bit shorter. And then now we can kind of duplicate this. And then we'll take this, we'll duplicate it even more. And then we'll keep duplicating that guy. How many do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're taking our text, just plugging it in at the top. There we are. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these, hit Shift A. That way we're going to turn it into an auto layout. And again, we can therefore play around with all of these. And if you want to, you can update the height of this whole thing, the width. And then if you needed to, you could select each of these guys. And if you needed to change the height, you could. We'll keep it something like that. Maybe we can give it a little bit more of a stroke. And we can do something like that. Maybe it's a little bit too wide. So I'm going to bring these guys in just a little bit. Let's see if we can do something like that. And then just play around with these guys just a little bit. Figma is a game of just selecting really the right thing, honestly. Okay. And then, yeah, very simply, we would just change the text. You're going to be typing it in or copying and pasting. And then you can select this guy, Command B. Do whatever you need to make it look nice and pretty. But we're just going for readability for these sections right here. And there we are. So you can kind of assume that I went in, just changed all of these guys. Let's say if you need, for one of them, if you need to make it a little bit taller, that's no worries. Hitting Command or Control V, and then we can bring this in just a little bit. Follow us on social media. That way we can make it fit. We can give this guy a little bit more padding. All right, so that's that section. And then coming down here, we're going to grab our image, just throw that in, something simple, just like this. We'll actually send it to the back. And we'll plug that guy in right there. And then to create this little section, again, hit R on our keyboard, color match it, just like such. And then you can take this text, center it, just move it up like that if we need to move fast. All right. Finally, for our footer, again, we're going to make a big rectangle, 600 wide. Plug that guy in right there. This will be kind of on top of the frame. So in that case, we're going to move this guy down. And then we're going to hit this right there. And then this is just adding the logo again, text, 3 buttons that we've already did. So nothing too crazy. And you can basically duplicate your previous footer if you have it. And there we are. So we're lining it up. Pretty simple and straightforward. All right, so a couple common questions that I get. How do you actually export and load into Klaviyo or Mailchimp? So what we do is we build the whole email as images. So you can see in Figma here, everything's an image. And then what we'll do is we'll slice the sections in Figma. So we'll literally hit S on our keyboard, go throughout the email, and we'll create these little slices. So, you know, this whole top portion right here might be a slice. This might be a slice right around here. This portion might be one slice. This portion might be another slice. And we just basically dice up the email. You just basically go in here, lock the email like that, and then you can place these little slices all the way throughout. So then you compress every slice using imagecompressor.com or something similar, drop every one of those into the drag and drop editor as an image block, add your links, add your alt text, and then we have this whole portion of live HTML text. So this is not an image down here. That way we have a nice mix of images up top and text down below for deliverability purposes. Speaking of deliverability, will your emails go to spam? No, we've made our clients over $50 million. You need to make sure your sender reputation, your list quality, your authentication. We've done $50 million with these exact image-based emails. It's not a design problem. It's more of a deliverability issue. So if you can take care of these guys and you're keeping your footer as live text, you're warming up your domain, you're cleaning your list regularly, you're going to land in the inbox. I actually have 2 other videos that go into this in full detail. Why we use Figma and not Canva? A couple of reasons here. It's way more customizable, slicing, collaboration, and scalability. All of these things, it's just overall a way better tool if you're more advanced. That being said, if you're a beginner, Canva is a great place to start. It's just going to be a lot more difficult to do things like that slicing, and even just making this section right here is going to be really difficult in Canva if you don't know exactly the height of your email. Another question I get is the design responsive? Yes, we optimize for mobile first at 600 pixels wide. It's email standard. That way we're keeping the email text big enough to read on mobile. And so when Klaviyo renders it, it scales well on mobile as well as desktop. You don't need a separate mobile versus desktop version if you follow that rule. And yes, it's for desktop and mobile both, although we design mobile first and are the buttons clickable? Yes, the whole thing is clickable, everything in the email. There's no like specific button element. It's just it's just image, 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 image with our deliverability footer trick at the bottom. And last question here, can you share the link to the design? Yes, I put 20 of these email templates into a free Figma file. Link is in the video description. Those are for both Canva and Figma, depending on what you prefer. All right, so wrapping up here, if you are running a brand and you want us to build you nice, beautiful emails like this that convert extremely well and help you generate tens, hundreds, or even millions of dollars every single month, these are some of the examples of emails that we've created for our clients. So if you want emails like this, go to zhs-ecom.com, book a call to speak with me, no obligations or anything like that, but we can talk about your current email setup, what's working, what's not. We can help you guys build out what it needs to take you guys to the next level for your brand. So appreciate your time.